You know, that constant pressure we feel to find yourself. Like there's some fixed, authentic you hiding inside, and you just need the perfect life plan to unlock it.
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge part of modern thinking.
But what if that whole approach, the one that's supposed to give us direction, is actually limiting us?
Well, that's exactly the provocative idea we're diving into today. We're looking at The Path, a new way to think about everything, by Professor Michael Puett and Christine Grosslow.
Right. And this book taps into some really profound, but maybe less familiar, ancient Chinese philosophers.
Exactly. To offer a totally different way to think about living well, challenging a lot of our basic assumptions.
So our goal here is to pull out the biggest, most, game-changing insights from the book. Think of it as a shortcut to getting your head around some surprising ideas about self-improvement and navigating life.
And just a quick note, you are experiencing a unique two-voice AI conversation powered by Google's NotebookLM for deeper, more dynamic book analysis.
Okay, so where does the book start? What's the first big challenge?
It goes right after some core Western ideas, like this notion that we have total freedom and purely rational control over our lives.
We like to think our decisions are all logic, right?
You do. But the book argues pretty convincingly that our choices are way more tangled up with emotions, instincts, gut feelings. Even in those thought experiments like the trolley problem, how we say we'd act isn't always how people react in the messy real world.
And that ties into the whole true self myth, doesn't it?
Precisely. The idea that there's one static, unchanging inner truth to discover. The book suggests believing that can actually stop you from growing?
Because we're not static.
Not at all. We're complex, always changing, always in process. Holding on to a fixed idea of who you are can really box you in.
So if we're not trying to find a fixed self, what do we do?
That brings us to self-cultivation, and it's much more practical than it sounds. Take Confucius and his idea of as if rituals.
Rituals like big ceremonies?
No, not necessarily. Think smaller. Really small, conscious, repeated actions. Like deliberately saying please and meaning it, even if you're annoyed. Or getting fully lost in a game of hide-and-seek with a child, playing as if it's the most important thing in the world.
Okay, so you act as if you feel a certain way.
Exactly, even if it feels artificial at first. The point is to intentionally break your usual patterns, your mental habits.
It creates like a tiny ultimate reality for a second.
That's a great way to put it. It forces a micro shift inside, proving your feelings aren't set in stone. Over time, these tiny shifts make you more malleable. They refine how you respond emotionally.
Interesting. So small actions change the self. What about dealing with the world outside?
Right. That leads us to Mencius. He really emphasized that the world is fundamentally unpredictable or capricious, as the book puts it.
So rigid life plans, maybe not the best idea?
Often futile, yeah. Instead, Mencius focused on cultivating the heart-mind, the sin.
Heart-mind.
Yeah, it's his idea that integrates feeling and thinking. It's not just cold logic. He used the parable of the child about to fall into a well.
Oh, I think I know that one.
Yeah.
The gut reaction is to help.
Exactly. That spontaneous feeling, that's like a little sprout of goodness we all have. But it's just a sprout. It needs constant attention, constant nurturing through everyday actions and choices.
So you develop this flexible, ethical judgment for complex situations.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of dynamic analysis, for more insights that inspire reflection and rational thought, be sure to check out Mindful Moments, our YouTube channel offering AI book analysis.
Good tip. Okay, so we're cultivating ourselves, responding to this unpredictable world. How does influence or power fit in?
Laozi offers a really counterintuitive take here. He talks about true influence coming from what looks like weakness, from non-action.
Non-action.
Yeah.
Doing nothing.
Not quite nothing. Think of a flexible reed bending in the wind while a rigid oak snaps. It's less about forceful domination and more about understanding how things are connected, subtly shifting the dynamics almost, generating new possibilities without forcing them.
Like some leaders who don't just command, but sort of reshape how everyone sees reality.
Exactly. Think Lincoln, maybe FDR, even Reagan in certain ways, subtly changing the terms of the debate, making new ideas feel normal, inevitable almost.
Okay. That subtle influence.
Yeah.
How does that connect inward?
Well, there's this fascinating text called The Inward Training. It focuses on cultivating
Ki, like vital energy.
sort of vital, almost divine energies within us. Cultivating it isn't just about health. It's about increasing your aliveness, your presence. It leads to a kind of charisma, a centeredness.
How do you cultivate it?
Through conscious balancing acts, Deep breathing, yes, but also things like really appreciating art or poetry. It refines your ki, making you more connected but less easily thrown off by emotional waves.
And then there's Zhuangzi, right. He seems to take things even further.
Oh, Zhuangzi's radical. His famous dream of being a butterfly. Was he a man dreaming he was a butterfly, or a butterfly dreaming he was a man?
Right. Questioning basic reality.
It's about breaking free from our limited human viewpoint, embracing constant change, endless flux. This leads to what the book calls trained spontaneity.
Trained spontaneity. Sounds like a contradiction.
Think of the master butcher, Cook Ding, carving an ox. He moves effortlessly, intuitively, not by rigid rules, but through years of practice. His knife finds the spaces.
Like a great musician improvising, or an athlete in the zone.
Precisely. It's that deep, joyful flow state born from discipline, where true creativity sparks, not just in art, but in everyday tasks too.
Wow. Okay, so I have malleability, heart, mind, subtle influence, vital energy, trained spontaneity. Quite a toolkit. Is there a final piece?
There is, and it's maybe the most challenging. Zhuangzi. He controversially stated that human nature is bad.
Oof. Does that sound bleak?
It sounds bleak, but his point is more that we're naturally prone to self-interest, and goodness requires effort, what he calls artifice, conscious human effort.
So we shouldn't just accept ourselves or the world as they are.
No. Zhuangzi argues we must actively put pattern on the world, use human ingenuity, moral effort, innovation to make things better. We built the world we have now through past artifice.
So we can choose to build it differently.
Exactly. It brings all these ideas together. We can change, we can cultivate ourselves, and we can actively shape a better reality.
So bringing this all home for someone listening, what's the big takeaway?
I think it's that by letting go of those deep assumptions, the fixed self, the predictable world, the need for a grand plan, you actually open up, well, infinite possibilities.
It's not about finding yourself, but about creating yourself day by day.
Yes. Building a better world, a better self, it's an ongoing process. It starts with those small, everyday acts of cultivation we talked about.
It's a continuous journey. These deep dives really are about that ongoing discovery, aren't they?
They absolutely are, and this book offers such a different lens.
Definitely. If you found this valuable, please do subscribe, share, and maybe check out the book itself. There's a link in the description. For more discussions like this, find Mindful Moments and our podcasts on our YouTube channel.
And above all, keep thinking critically.